Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And another race victory today, and you can clearly see they're starting to believe in themselves more and more. You get to a stage, Crofty, where you become very hard to beat as a driver when you keep putting in performances like this one.
That was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon. It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Watson completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Hamilton, Norris, Massa, Perez, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Stroll, Ocon, Ricciardo, Albon, Hülkenberg, Tsunoda, Bottas, Joe, Magnussen, Sargent, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Well, they'll definitely be glad that there's not a sprint race today. Let's face it, the sprint couldn't have gone much worse, but what we're looking for today is a reaction. Now, sadly, things didn't work out for them last time. It was a bad race. Question is, though, can they recover today?
Yes, they can, Crofty. You've got to put it behind you. Whatever happened last time, I was always told as a driver, park it, forget about it. Obviously, feel the pain when it happens, but then you can't dwell on it and carry that through to the next race. So put it behind you and just crack on with this race coming your way now.
DRS now available. Okay, clear. Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs. Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.9 seconds. Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
And it looks like the pit crew are out in the lane and ready to perform their magic on the car. They're going to be aiming to achieve the fastest pit stop time possible.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. Okay, Felipe is in the pits. Felipe's in the pits now. Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. Gap to your teammate behind, 6.5 seconds. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Yes, guys, yes! Come on, boys!
Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
It's a performance to be proud of from our Chinese Grand Prix winners here today.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.